What is going on, y'all? Chris Moses here with Gospel Progressions University. And today we're going to talk about 5 amazing gospel chord progressions you can use right away. The 5 progressions that I'm talking about, I like to call number 1, the gospel shout chord. Number 2, the soulful gospel chord progression. 3, we're going to talk about the gospel turnaround. Number 4, the gospel praise break. And number 5, the gospel worship chords. So let's dig in. Okay, if you haven't yet, go check out gospelprogressionsuniversity.com. Go ahead and download my free guide. It's called What Do Pro Musicians Know That You Don't? So now let's look at chord number 1. I like to call the shout chord. So this chord is going to be used whenever you're building up in the service and people are, just about to shout and just about to get into it. And it just raises the overall hypeness and overall energy of everything that's going on. So we'll play something like this. That is the first chord. So it is 2 chords. I like to call 2 chords. It's going to be D, F, A, and C over C, G, and B flat. So this is what it sounds like, and this is what you'll have here. Okay? You can either play this with a bass player or kind of rumble it, yourself and kind of go back and forth. Like I said, this helps to impact the entire energy and the entire feel of the room whenever you're doing something like that. So you want to use it sparingly and specifically when you're about to get into a praise break. Chord number 2 is what I like to call the soulful gospel progression. The first chord we're going to play is a 1 chord. Then we're going to go down to the 7 chord, and then 6, 5, and 4. So the way this will be played, we're going to use the pentatonic scale. So the pentatonic scale is simple. It's a scale that's all over gospel. You want to gospelize just about anything, you have your pentatonic scale. So it's C, D, E, G, A. It's a 5-tone scale. Again, C, D, E, G, A. And you don't have to play it just in that order. You can play it in any order you want and approach it any way you want. This is as long as it's the emphasis of what you're playing, and this is what gives it that gospel sound. So you can take a chord progression like the 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Your 7 being B. All right, the 3 being E. 6 being A. And we'll stop there, and I get to the 2, 5, 1 part in a second. So you can do all right. Okay, so what I did there was I took our first chord, right? And I played the pentatonic scale. But I approached it using grace notes. So and then I went to the B chord, right? So the B chord would be the B, A, D, A. So, and I trilled this thumb into this index finger on my right hand. And then I went to an E chord, okay? E, D, my left hand, right hand is G, A, and D. And then I went to the A chord, A, E, and then in my left hand and my right hand, I trill the E flat into the D. So C, A. Then now I went to the 2 chord would be a 2 chord for the key of F. So we're kind of changing keys here a little bit. So when I say a little bit, I'm not giving the entire key away, like the key of F. You don't really see the B flat there, or even I'm not even playing it, but it's still implied by the chords that I'm using. So the 2 chord would be a G chord, and then we go to a 5 chord and a 1 chord. So we're not going to necessarily go to that 5 chord, that C, but you can kind of hear what I'm saying. So I can play it like this. So, all right, and I'll go. I can go to 5 and go to 1, but I kind of left it out. So that's typically the chord, the 2, 5, 1 chord. So what you're doing here again, after you do because I did play the 5 chord before, but I said 2, 5, 1, so I just did it, and it's just a C, a regular C chord. All right, again. All right. And the magic to that, what I like to say is go from C D minor, C major, D minor inverted. See, I'm just playing two chords: C major, D minor, C major, D minor, and you just end back up on your F. All right, it's a C over F chord. So that gives it that feel, especially when you play the major 1, minor 2, major 1, minor 2, major 1, minor 2 chord inversion. Specifically, you're going to hear that chord progression in the song Never Would Have Made It. You listen to that song, I don't want to play it in the video because I'll get a strike and they'll limit my video, but I want everybody to see it. But it's Never Would Have Made It by Marvin Sapp. I'll probably leave the link in the description, but that song, Never Would Have Made It, Marvin Sapp, it uses that 7-3-6-2-5-1 progression all over the song. So chord number 3 is what I like to call the gospel turnaround chord. Now, this is a powerful transitional chord and it's used all over gospel music, all right? It creates a lot of tension, but there's a sense of release and completion to this type of musical phrase. So I'm going to show you what it is. We'll take the song, and it's in D flat, Forever You're My King, right? So, all right, the ending refrain, as it repeats, we can have something like, we can have just a 5 chord movement, right? So 5 chord, and that would be the end of the song. But if you want to keep repeating something, what they'll do is something like this: 6 chord, 1 chord over the 5, and then go to a major 2, and then a minor 4. Okay, and again, minor 6 chord, and then there's the 5 chord, this the major 2 chord, because 2 would be minor and D flat, so it's a major 2 over a flat 5 or a G, and then the minor 4, and then you can take it back now and either repeat it by going to the 6, keep doing the same thing again, you can end it now. So instead of going back to the 1, they repeat the 6, go down from the 6 to the 5 to the flat 5 or sharp 4, and then a minor 4 chord, and then back to the 1 over the 5 again. Chord progression number 4, the gospel praise break, works hand in hand with chord progression number 1, the gospel shout chord. So we have our shout chord right going on, right? You know, everything stops, you know, you kind of cut it, and now we want to go into a shout. We're not just going to just jump into the, you know, and all of that. We want to kind of build up into it. So we're going to use a chord progression that goes along with that whole shout. So to get into the shout, the introduction to that praise break, or the praise break chords, are going to be a 2 chord, all right? Or I'll play it here, a 2 chord, a 3 chord, a 4 chord, all right? Sharp 4 and a 5 chord. So the way we would just do that, again, I'll show you the voicing. D, E, F, F sharp and G. So it's F minor 6 chord over D, C chord over E. You can play the F7 chord, or just play the F chord if it's easier, over F. Then we have G sharp, or rather F sharp rather, diminished 7, and then a C over G. So it's, so you could do something like that after you do the build up from the first chord, right? That's your shout chord. And you might not go into a shout. They may want to move on, but if you do, you have somewhere to go. You want to introduce the shout, so you have that. All right? And those are the praise break chords. So for this chord progression, I like to refer to as the gospel worship chord progression, right? Or chord progressions. I'm going to play How Great Is Our God, and we'll go into that, and then we'll just go into a part where we would kind of repeat, or, you know, the singer, the worship leader would just continue with it, and some options that you have with these worship chords, all right? So, what I'm doing is extending the end of the song, right? How great is our God. Oh, we'll see how great is our God. And the song is done, but I leave it suspended by what I'm playing and how I'm playing it. All right. So you can go back into the song again, or just, people can just stop and, be in the worship and do different things. I'm using the pad behind it to kind of give it the sustain feel. But more importantly, the chords that I'm using are going to be from what's known as the Lydian scale. So we have the Lydian scale would be G flat, A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, and G flat. It's just an inversion of the key of D flat. But what we're doing is using the G flat as the key's tonal center. So we can play the A flat instead of over the D flat. We can play the A flat over the G flat. All right. And it gives us a very interesting, very pretty sound. All right. And then we now can resolve it kind of and go down to we can go to the F. All right. I play the F and the E flat in my left hand. And we can kind of use this chord here and suspend it. So go right back to this again. All right. And then here. And notice what I'm doing here is of trilling the. So, and that's what gives it that gospel feel, but it still remains worshipful. You have that softness to it, but it has that distinct gospel feel to it. So the chords are going to be left hand. You're basically playing an A flat major over your G flat, D flat. F, E flat, A flat, D flat, E flat, A flat. And you would hear this at the end of songs when they're about to move on, but it gives you a beautiful place to transition because the person can stop singing and it allows some and just said of, how great is our God, and the song is done and that's it. But it gives it space to transition. It gives it somewhere to go and fills up that emptiness that can sometimes be left when the song is kind of just ended abruptly. Just like the gospel shout chords that I showed you, those have an emotional impact, but this chord has an emotional impact, but it's in a different type of way. So let's sum up these amazing gospel chords. The first one is going to be your shout chord. The second one was the soulful gospel chord progression. The third one I call the gospel turnaround chord. We did the 4 chord, it was a minor chord. The fourth amazing chord progression was the gospel praise break chord. Well, those are a series of chords, the 2, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, that go into the shout or go into the praise break. And the fifth of the amazing chord progressions are the gospel worship chords, where we use the Lydian scale to bring in that specific sound in our chords. Now, what I'd like you to do is practice these things and learn to incorporate them in your playing. Try to listen to the different ways you would hear this either live or in a recording, but specifically live or live recording, and how it impacts the service and how it impacts exactly what's going on. Thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and leave a comment, share this, like it. If you have any questions, you can go and hit me in the comment section. Don't forget, head on over to gospelprogressionsuniversity.com/Gospel Keys Pro and download my free guide. What do pro musicians know that you don't? God bless you, and I will see you in the next video.